Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tavern Talks podcast, episode 10. I didn't check before we started this. I am your humble host, Nicholas, joined as ever by my co hosts, Martin
Hello.
and Samuel.
I'm still alive this week.
Yes, he's still alive, he does not have the shits again. All is well. In your arsehole. Right, so, I forgot to say the date. The date is currently the 30th of the 6th, 30th of June, 2022. Captain's log.
It's a big log.
Oh, yes, it is. Right, we don't have any big news again. So, move straight on to what have you been playing and watching, I suppose.
Guess so, yeah.
Aye, Captain.
Right, collectively we've been playing a few games, but I kind of want to hear about everyone's games individually first. So, Martin,
Yo, so,
you're first.
I actually have a game this time. Shocking, I know. And it is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
You finally have a game and it happens to be the best game. Crazy.
Yeah, crazy, I know. It's funny because it does get shot on a lot because of the bugs.
Yeah.
We made it obviously because of you, Nick. I got the unofficial patch and put that in. I've had no issues. I think I had one part where like it wouldn't let me into a vent once. Other than that, there's a bit of issues with like obviously the sneaking and the guys. Like I went, so for clarification, went to the hospital. There's a bit of spoilers in the game because it's like a 20-year-old game or something.
Yes, there will definitely be spoilers for Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, so tune out now if you don't want to listen to them.
So I went into the hospital, and there's a woman sat on the gurney, I guess, in one of the rooms, and she's like, "Oh, I'm so unwell," and this and the stuff. She's like, "I'm dying," and you can choose to either just ignore her or have her drink some of your blood to become a ghoul. Made her a ghoul, and she's like, "Oh, what's going on?" And I'm like, "I don't want to believe in like the other dude that was crazy outside of the hospital. Like, I'll tell her straight up, like you're a ghoul and I'm a vampire." Oh, she freaked out, called the police today, so police comes in shooting me up. Like, I don't want to kill this guy, so I go and hide. And my sneak skill is really low, and I don't know what the deal is with this. I don't know if it's so low that it inverts itself to become where I'm undetectable, or what happens, I don't know. But if I'm going to sneak up to somebody, I can never sneak up behind them without them noticing me before I can even get to the point where I can feed on them. And then what'll happen is if I go and sit and sneak in like the corner of a room or something, they'll walk all the way next to me, going, "Who's there? Come out! Where are you?" Just pointing the gun. So Sam and Nick were both watching me, and they got a right good laugh out of it. Of this cop trying to find me in the hospital, and I'm just sat there like looking right by his groin, just like not able to move.
It's very Elder Scrolls-esque, where your
Yes.
sneak gets to the point that, like, you can be crouched in broad daylight and nobody's gonna see you.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's because mine's so low that it inverts itself. I don't know. It's weird, but those are the glitches I found even so far from it. But everything else, it's a really good fucking game.
Yeah.
And it's much better now with headphones when I'm getting the full experience, because I played a little bit around at Yosnik before.
Yeah.
And it was cool and I was enjoying myself, but it was different like when I'm sat there and I'm next to somebody and I'm like, I feel like I have an obligation to fill when I'm sat there next to someone with how I'm playing. I have to make comments on it and all this other stuff and do these things. But when I'm sat at home and we're just like on a corner, I'm just streaming it. I've got headphones on, I can get immersed and stuff and really staying into it. So I've been getting to a lot more into it this time.
Yeah.
And it's just something that's like, we know about the constant delays for Bloodlines 2. If it ever does get made, it's still not going to live up, I don't feel like, to this game.
Oh,
It's
no,
not going to
1000%.
be good enough.
I never
and
expected it to be as good, even, as
That's
this
the
game.
thing. Yeah. Like, and it's something that, like, for its time as well, everyone always talks about it, like, the facial and voice stuff for it.
Yeah.
People feel like they are unique. It feels like a D&D game, and that's something that it feels like a tabletop game.
Yeah.
And it feels like they've perfectly captured the essence of the characters, because it feels like someone has created this character, fully fleshed them out as a DM would, and presented that to you.
Yeah.
Everyone feels different. Everyone feels unique in their own certain ways doing things, and
Like-
it's a small game because it's old. But I can't remember what you say.
Even the minor characters, like, I don't think you guys have really spoken to them, but all of the characters that are, like, down
Just
on
walking
the
around.
beach in Santa Monica, the ones that you can actually
Yeah.
talk to, I'm talking about,
Yes.
they're all very memorable as well. They've all got their own like little, even if it's just something that they're wearing or not wearing. In the case of that one guy who's just shirtless for some
Yeah.
reason, they've all got like their own little quirks, and it might just be an accent thing or something like that, but they all stand out as individuals in this world that, like, for its size, I would say is fairly packed with NPCs.
Yes.
Like, you're always going to see somebody on the street.
Yes.
There
Yeah,
never. Sorry. There never seems to be, in the terms of like set dressing and the way like the scene is set when you're playing as a player, the scene never feels empty. It's only empty when it's purposely.
Like alleyways.
Yeah.
And even then,
Yeah.
Yes.
there's like the blood bank in the alleyway. And I love that framing. Like, it kind of pulls you. When you finish the quest for Mercurio, it pulls you towards the asylum and like down the alleyway beside the like hospital place.
Yeah.
So you just see the framing of like the asylum sign, the neon asylum sign ahead of you. It literally just says asylum from what you can tell when you're walking down the alleyway, and that just draws your attention in. Not to mention like this blood bank sign. You're a vampire, so obviously you're fucking drawn to anything that says blood. It
Yeah.
has a really good way of like making the landmarks that matter obvious.
Memorable and easy to find.
Yes.
as well,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Like, I know exactly where to walk to where the diner is. I know where to walk into the asylum. I know where the hospital is.
Yeah.
You know,
And-
I only get confused with where my side of where the side of the street the apartment is if it's left or right. You know, and then they got just recently confused.
You just need to remember where the pawn shop is.
Yeah, exactly.
If you can't
Yeah,
remember
and
where
then-
the pawn shop is, remember where the hospital is, because it's like almost directly across,
Yeah.
and it's very easy to not get lost.
Yeah, they have the maps everywhere as well for the bus signs and stuff, and they're very easy to read. It tells you where every single thing is,
Yep.
even useless things. So, but that's the thing, you go and you know you're going to have an interesting encounter. You know, it's not. There's so many games like the Elder Scrolls where you go over and you talk to an NPC. I'm not singling out the Elder Scrolls. I'm just saying, like, as one example, when they have a lot of NPCs around, you go talk to them and they have nothing really to say. You talk to them, you get one option or something that comes up.
Yeah. And
You know, what are you
sometimes
doing?
You
It's
don't
like-
even get that. Sometimes
Yeah.
they'll just like say a random line. You don't even like open dialogue with them.
Yeah. So it's just there's nothing really anything to say when you're seeing NPCs like that. But with vampires, of all the NPCs that you're going to talk to, there's always something interesting, even if there is ultimately nothing you gain from it.
Yeah.
It's the same as like going to someone on the street and talking to them. They're just incredibly well fleshed out, and even back as I looked up, it's an 18-year-old game. It came out 2004.
Yep. Same day as Half-Life 2.
Yeah, it's not a good thing for it. But it's like you talk to the NPCs, and they are memorable, and they programmed in the facial expressions really well for an 18-year-old game to make it where it's like it's not mocap by any means, but it's kind of like anime expressions where you know exactly what someone's thinking or feeling just by how they look.
Yeah, it's like slightly exaggerated. Like if you've
Yeah.
ever watched the eyes during a conversation, they'll like
They can go wide and look off to
yeah,
the side
you'll
and
see
things.
them
Yeah,
like looking around and whatnot. But it works so fucking well for this like this
yes,
setting.
it
and, like, the
works
graphics.
fantastically well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sat here wondering, like being game designer myself, like how did they going through an 18-year-old game? How did they program this to make it like to every single like? Usually, you can talk to an NPC, and they either have angry face, neutral face, or happy face when they say that piece of dialogue. So it's like you can when you put in a piece of dialogue, you can turn and say, "Oh yeah, this is happy," and it will make them do that expression.
Yeah.
It's why they can just change it instantly as you're talking to them in a lot of these games. Whereas vampires, they have all little micro expressions that change during the conversation.
It's like
Eyebrows will
they,
change their pats, and they like lean up a bit and they go into a bit of a squint when they're saying something a bit uncertain about something.
it's like each part of their face has like their mouth, their nose, their eyebrows, their eyes. each has like the three
Expressions.
emotion,
Yeah,
expression
set
settings
positions
that you
for them.
mentioned,
Yeah.
but they don't all match when their emotion changes,
Yes.
which
Like, and I
goes
get that.
a long
That's
way
just
for.
shift keys, morph keys, whichever you need to be, and they just have that. But like, the with the direction they've gone for it, thinking about that, it was either the most tedious thing that someone had to sit and do for every single piece of dialogue, for every single person,
Yeah,
or what, I don't know how they did it, but it's something that just works.
you can
You know, so
tell. You can tell some of the like skeletons from models were not designed for it, but the unofficial patches
yeah.
like added it in. Like
Okay.
you know when you went into the diner when Therese is
Yes.
trying to get you killed,
Yep.
and you can talk to one of the punks.
Hmm.
You notice his mouth moves like really quickly, way quicker than it looks like it's supposed to. Don't know if you noticed that.
I didn't notice because it was quick when he said something to me at first. I was like, oh, and it caught me off guard to where by the time I realised what was happening, I only had the options to read.
Yeah, so
Maybe because he went so
basically,
quick.
talking
Yeah.
to him wasn't an option in the original game,
Ah,
but the
okay.
unofficial patches added that in as like an extra layer. I think the same with like when you went to Gallery Noir and you went
Yeah.
out the back door and there was that like pipe that you could remove to actually jump through the hole. You were
Hmm.
like too weak to actually remove it though. I think that's an unofficial patch thing as well.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. Yeah.
the unofficial patch has done work for that game. Like,
Hmm.
holy shit, they've done a lot of good stuff. Some stuff is questionable, like the
Yeah.
one police
Tutorial.
officer in the
Yeah. The story
tutorial.
was like unnecessary completely. It would have been easy just to give me a prompt and then I walk away.
Mm,
Um. Yeah. I. Okay. Now that I know that was. I thought it was weird that I could talk to those bandits,
yeah.
those hired goons, because I was like, they're hired to do this. Why are they here? And I just turn and threaten them, leave me alone. And they go, I'm sorry, and then they walk away. It's like,
Yeah, and also, like, why? How would you have vampire know that they're about to, like, fucking
yes.
jump you?
I just saw there were 4 people, and I went to talk to them because I was like, I did have a slight remembrance of the fact they attacked me when I went over to the back.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that happening and having the big fight in there. So I just went to talk to them this time to try to trigger it manually. Yeah, but overall, I don't want to keep on this for too long, obviously, because we need to be moving on to other things. But it is such a good game for an 18-year-old game. If you can get it for the 18 and get the unofficial patch and put it on, it's definitely just worth it. It's worth just seeing what it. It's just always a shame to look at it and go, what it could have been.
Yeah.
If
Like,
they had all the time in the world to do it,
it's
they didn't have to rush it.
£7.50 in the Steam sale at the minute. So, like,
Yeah,
$10 ish.
yeah, which is very nice.
A
Obviously,
steal,
it's a
yeah.
good price. Yeah, it's definitely worth that.
Yeah.
Like
Although,
realistically, even then, like with the money I have, even with my little money, I would turn and happily pay
yeah.
15 quid for it.
I 100% recommend people getting the unofficial patch. Like,
Yes.
I know some people are going to be tempted to be like, oh, I want to see what the game was like without it. Go for it, but at some point, it's a very high chance that you're just going to get soft locked and not be able to finish the game. So, 100% get the unofficial patch. It's easy as fuck to find. I recommend it.
It's easy as fuck to set up as well.
Yeah.
And this is the thing as well, like even on Steam here, when I look at it, there's like 9,000 odd reviews, and they're all very positive.
Yeah.
And these are people that believe in the movies that don't know about the unofficial patch. They wouldn't have known and gone through it all and everything. Like even the very most recommended, we most have reviews in the past 30 days is someone recommending the unofficial patch.
Yeah.
You know, and to have that be its rating from the Steam community, we'll say, you know, for such an old game as well, like, yeah, it definitely stands very well as among one of the best games without even being finished.
Yeah.
And that's a high claim as well. That it's just like, man, what could they have done? Could they have made it worse? Who knows? But definitely worth getting. And it's been a lot of fun playing it. I'm looking forward to going through the rest of it.
I'm glad if they were to fuck up any part of the game, it was the ending. Like, I know that can be really fucking annoying for some people. Like, you've made your way all through this game, and now the ending is rough as shit. But the opening is so fucking strong for that game that I'm glad the quality starts to fall off at the end instead. That's what I'll say about it.
Yeah.
But yes.
No, I agree on that. Yeah, it's If it's going to fuck up, it's like later on when a lot of people may have already stopped playing and moved on to something else.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't finish games, things like that, where you can still have a good experience at the beginning.
If anybody is going to play it, I highly, highly recommend not just the unofficial patch, but get one of your combat skills up to max, be it melee, unarmed, or ranged. That'll make the ending smoother. And yeah, so you've been playing Rabbi the Masquerade Bloodlines, the best game ever. Samuel,
Hello.
what have you been playing?
Well, as Martin has been playing the best game ever, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines, I'm going to say I've been playing an alright game. Well, it's a beta, actually, and a sequel, nonetheless. It's the Overwatch 2 beta.
Ah, is this a PvP beta?
It is. It is the PvP beta. I think it's also the cross-platform beta as well. Wasn't expecting to get accepted into it. I signed up for it when they announced the release date of Overwatch 2. I was thinking, I'll get it last week. It's running for 3 weeks. Nope. Day one, bang, message. Here's your beta key. I thought,
Dave.
let's give it a play. So, installed it. For the beta, I was incredibly fucking impressed. All my content that I earned in the first Overwatch, all my skins, everything is available in the beta. All my settings, from what I remember, were still there. Some of them might obviously have changed ever so slightly because they have retooled some of the heroes and they've repurposed some of the heroes.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was a Doomfist, who was a DPS character in the first Overwatch. He is now a tank character.
Okay.
And they've like they've done a lot of reworking, and the same with like some of the already existing characters. Like there's Bastion, who's this robot, and he could turn into a little turret. And the problem he always had in the first Overwatch was he could just camp at the back of the map as long as he had a clean line and a healer with him.
Wait, he didn't even need a healer, did he? Couldn't he, like, self-repair?
He could,
yeah.
but it was
As long as
always
you
best
take
to
damage.
have a mercy to do your damage boost, or like to give you that buff. You know, if you can't get your heal off in time, and you could literally just hard camp and hard lock an enemy team in one position. Whereas now he doesn't have a self repair.
Okay, that's good.
And his turret mode, he can move now. Like, he can actually move like his tank ultimate in the first Overwatch, but it's limited for 10 seconds, and then it has a cooldown.
Right.
Yeah, that's very fair, because it was broken as all hell.
Yeah, I remember, back in the original days of Overwatch 1, where, like, there wasn't a hero limit. There'd just be shitloads of Bastions.
Bastions
just, like,
everywhere. Yeah.
stand on top of the thing that you have to move, and just
Yeah, the
all
payload.
turret up, and it was fucking ridiculous.
It was absolutely stupid. You could pop out for a millisecond and shoot or it was meant to be like fire or something, shoot a rocket, move back. But everyone's just self-healing all the time. Yeah, you get Reinhardt in front of all those Bastions as well.
But because Bastion just had the ability to chew through shields, and still does.
Yeah.
But it's limited, so you do. Like, I had a game this morning on the new mode, which I'll get to in a second. Well, multiple seconds, there's a lot to cover, I believe. So, like, they've changed that. They've changed it, so instead of it being 6 versus 6 teams, it's now 5 versus 5, which has created a bit of a headache. They've got in the beta right now, they've got 2 choices for how you play PvP. There's the role queue, where you select your role, you're locked in, and obviously you get matched up with other people to make a team. Or there is open queue. A lot of people have been using the open queue because the role queue is just locked down. Like, it's a busy job.
Yeah.
Because now I believe it's like 2 support, 2 DPS, and 1 tank.
Right.
Yeah.
At one point, tank was the easiest thing to get into because you had 2, and now it's 1. But what people are doing in the open queue is they're like sacrificing either a DPS or a healer to have a second tank again.
Yeah.
So
So you can play how you want to play with your teammates.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. So like, I don't know. Say for example, if us three were playing and two other people, I don't know, we'll call them Bill and Bob,
Hmm.
and we were like, we want, say, I don't know, something stupid like, oh, we want 3 DPS instead of 2. You could have 3 DPS.
Yep.
Or it could be something as stupid as we all want to be tanks. We could all be tanks. You could
Hell
all
yeah.
be DPS. You could all be healers if you wanted. You could all be healers focusing on a tank who's doing a massive output of damage through all the buffs the support can give. And that'd be insanity. I see why they've done it to shake it up, because after so many years, I guess the 6 versus 6 format just gets stale and people were, wanting to break away from that and change that. But the change has been very stark. Like, I was thrown back a bit with it and I was like, oh. I was like, thinking, when I did get into a role locked queue, I picked tank, that's what I always pick. If I go into a locked role, unless someone's like, oh, we'll take tank, you take DPS, it's very rare I sway away from that job. And what threw me off in my head is I was still used to how Overwatch 1 worked, so I got in there and I thought, okay, fair enough, brilliant. And they used to have a tactic of if you had 2 shield characters, so like I was playing as Reinhardt. As soon as I see my shield get low, the other tank, like I could tell them on the comms, switch, drop their shield, switch mine. So,
I'm interested to play Overwatch 2. I think I said before, but like all of my experience with Overwatch 1 was in the early days, like before there were any new characters.
Yeah, sorry about that technical little glitch.
No worries.
So, just basically, it's a good experience. If you can get in on the beta or you get a friend who's got a key, I'd take it and run with it. Because it's fucking awesome. But the only thing I was going to cap off with the bit that... But be used to that change. Because like I said, I was so used to being able to like go switch so the other tank could get their shield up so I had a chance to recharge mine.
Yeah.
My shield went down and I'm looking round like, where the hell is my other? And then I realised I was like, duh, I'm the only one.
Well,
it caused a few problems, but after a few games I got used to it.
so who have you tried in the beta? You mentioned Reinhardt.
Reinhardt, Junkrat, I've tried the Bastion rework. Orisa got a rework, she no longer has a shield.
Who?
I've tried Doomfist. Orisa, she's this tank character, she used to have a shield. But they took the shield off her because she's got a giant fucking machine gun on her arm.
Alright.
And they've just done little quality of life changes. I haven't had a chance to experience them all, which is why I'm glad this beta is 3 weeks.
I take it none of the co-op is in this beta. It's strictly just the PvP.
It's strictly just PvP.
Yeah. Fair.
But still, it is a lot of fun. Oh, I also got to try the new tank character called Junker Queen.
Oh, yeah.
She is... She's insane. She's definitely... Her and the new DPS called Sojourn, I think that's how you pronounce it, they're definitely gonna get some tweaks onto them, because right now, especially Sojourn in the DPS, is lethal.
One thing I've always liked about Overwatch is, like, at the end of the round, even if you were, like, bottom of the team, you were doing shit, it would find something to praise you on.
Yes.
I thought that was really good about Overwatch.
Oh, yeah. That isn't in at the moment on the beta, so like, because I was used to waiting for like the post-round medals for it to be like, even if you'd done really bad on Overwatch, it'd be like, congratulations, you, I don't know, stayed on the point for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
You blocked the most grenades with your body.
Yeah, you took the most damage.
Yeah.
Here's a gold medal for it, and you'd feel, and here's a little bit of a reward, here's a bit of XP for you. and
Yeah.
you felt good about it. You thought, oh well, I must be doing something.
Because if you pick a role as well as a tank, people would always say, "Oh, you don't have any kills." And if generally shooters and things only praise you on the amount of kills you get.
Yeah,
This one was the amount of damage absorbed and things you got. Like,
yeah.
and I tell you, this Reinhardt absorbed like 18,000 damage with the shield during the game, and people could give likes and votes to it all. So you
Yeah.
get from other members,
Oh
you get
yeah.
the silver medals on healing and damage and all the rest of it. So you knew how well you were doing compared to everyone. So no one ever felt
Yeah,
bad.
because you're right. As a lot of games say, oh, well, you only got one kill.
Yeah.
Typical snobbery game leaderboards like most multiplayer games. Overwatch would look at it as if and would point out through its way it gave you stats, and it'd basically be just saying, yeah, he got one kill. He blocked 18,000 damage though, and that's 18,000 damage none of you took.
Yeah.
You did good,
blocked-
kid.
Yeah, he blocked
Yeah.
that. He was on the payload the longest. He was on the objective longest.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the most intimidating things I find you can do, and I used to find it intimidating when it happened to me, was having that tank character with the shield up in your face. Especially when the DPS could be behind that attacking still, you'd be like, oh, you'd panic.
So does Reinhardt still have his his charge, his shield?
Yes, he's all the same.
Right.
They haven't retooled him.
Have they
Which I'm
got
happy
any of
about.
the new skins in there?
They've got the when they announced they've now got like what the skins they call Classic and Classic 2.
Right.
So they've only got like the default looks for them. But
Okay.
when the full game comes out, obviously the skins will be added.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
I
I'm
was
looking forward to giving it a go.
I was just happy about the fact that all my skins and all my everything I'd unlocked, all my progress, all my sprays, all my voice lines, all my customization and all my stuff to express myself,
Yeah.
like even my profile settings, was all brought over. And this is a beta, and I was thinking you don't have to do that for a beta.
No, you
of
don't,
which,
because it's testing gameplay footage.
They
I was
could have just
wondering, is it all of the stuff that you earned, or is it everything from Overwatch 1?
it's everything you earn.
Right, okay.
Because what they've said, I guess, is probably a little dump of news for Overwatch people. They have said when Overwatch 2 comes out, the PvP, Overwatch 1, because everything will just be transferred over, so it'll be like having the same game twice, really.
Yeah.
They are shutting Overwatch off.
Which is fair. I mean, it's
But-
free, isn't it? Anyways, Overwatch 2 PvP.
Oh yeah,
so-
so basically, but that doesn't mean any of the content is lost. So like, you say if you've got like, oh, I really wanted that skin, and I didn't get it, you'll still be able to unlock it.
Yeah, later down the line.
Yeah, so they're not just being like, oh, this is what you've got, you can't unlock any more of it. So for completionists, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
That's good, 'cause I think it was on like 97 like unlocks for Tracer. But anytime new
Yes.
side is back for Tracer. So we're gonna,
Yes.
let's go ahead and get it back. Well, so I'm going to clarify something. You mentioned a second ago. Is it everything you had or everything you earned? I don't get the distinction.
So everything, so like when you play Overwatch, you can unlock stuff like either by buying it with the in-game credit you could earn just from playing the matches, or like so many levels, or when participating in events in the game, you could get them loot boxes they had.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could buy them, but that's if you wanted to rush your way through unlocking stuff. So, like, say, if, I don't know, we'll take Tracer, for example, for you. Say, you've bought the game, you've started off, you've got nothing.
Yeah.
You play as Tracer for about 6 months. Say, for example, you've unlocked, like, I don't know, 20 skins for Tracer, and 6 voice lines, and, like, 4 sprays, and, like, emotes for her.
Yeah.
When you boot up Overwatch 2, because it's done through your Blizzard, because obviously it's done through your Battle.net account, your Blizzard account.
Yeah.
So basically, when you load up Overwatch 2, it'd straight away the game would be like, ah, I know him. He's got X, Y, Z for this
there's 20
character.
skins, 6 voice lines,
Yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
But isn't that the
They-
same then as everything that you own then? Because the
Yeah.
question was everything you own and everything you've
That's what-
earned.
everything you
Oh, okay.
earned and earned. You've got to think of this way: everything you had
Yeah.
in that game is yours. You own it. You've earned it. You own it whether you've
Okay.
bought it or earned it.
No, that's fine. I was just clarifying because when the question was asked by Nick, I thought there were two different things between earning something and owning something. Okay.
Everything you own in as
Everything
they
you've
said it,
unlocked in the game, you
everything you own / unlocked
have.
will transfer over with you. It will come with you.
That's really good because there was a lot of cool skins. And there's a lot of cool things that I had that I just looked out on getting. So yeah, no, that'd be cool.
I wonder if the
Nice one,
like event skins are still going to be earnable. You know, like
Yes.
the whole like breast cancer awareness, mercy, and the like all the Chinese New Year skins and stuff like that.
Yes.
The Winter Wonderland was it? Something?
After so long, what they have a tendency to do is they'll put them skins into like be able to just unlock them with like the in-game credit you earn just through like winning a few games.
Yeah.
But they tend to do that on like a yearly basis. Like there was one year I wanted there's a character called Sigma, and I wanted this outfit that made him look like a ghost pirate.
Hmm.
And I missed the opportunity to unlock it because you could, when it first came out, you could only unlock it in the anniversary event loot boxes, which you could earn through just playing. Or if you really wanted to make sure you got that skin, you could buy it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You could buy the loot box, but I was like, I'm not buying loot boxes, no chance. I'll just play my way through, and if I get enough to unlock it, if I earn enough to unlock it, that's fine. And I never did. So a year after the anniversary event came, there was a new skin for, say, another character, but that skin from last year was put into the like shop. So whenever the anniversary event came up, that item went up in the shop, and you could just unlock it.
Yeah, there were like 3,000 credits out there or something.
Yeah, and then after a couple of years, they'd go down in price. It's like but yeah, that's the Overwatch 2 beta. If anyone manages to get access,
I want to say you can still sign up for it. So
you can. Sign-ups are still available, and Blizzard have already said they want to, by the latest, the last 2 or 3 days of the beta, so the last weekend of the beta, they want to get everyone in to play.
I didn't realize you could only sign up for it on one device. So like, I signed up for it first for a PlayStation, and I went to try and sign up for PC and couldn't because my account would already registered to PlayStation.
Is it not cross?
It is cross-platform.
Yeah. Okay.
So, I mean, like mine's the same, Nick. Mine's on the PlayStation as well.
Yeah. I would prefer
It's
I
not
might
nothing-
sign up
PC,
after the
but-
podcast.
Yeah. I think when it come for the terms of the beta, I'll play it where I've assigned myself to play it.
Yeah.
But when it does come out physically, I am very much likely. Don't get me wrong, I'll probably have it on console. I've got a group. I know people who will want me to play it on console with them, so they can like do the magic of most likely getting put in with more console players, because that's how it seems to work sometimes. But for the majority of the time, say if we're going to play a game, it'll be PC.
Yeah,
Because-
fair enough.
PC is queen and king and prince and princess.
You're not biased
yeah.
though.
I'm not biased, I own consoles. You know, I even support mobile gaming, gosh. I'm like a saint. Anyway, so yeah, that's me, that's what I've been playing this week. Overwatch 2, sorry for the long essay, guys.
That's good.
So I have been playing a little more Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time,
Hell
and
yeah!
I've hit a brick wall.
No. Okay, explain.
And I don't know where to go next.
Okay.
So, what did I do last? I booted it up and I went to the Kakariko village. That's
Yep.
the one.
That's the
And
next place. Yeah.
The guard asked me to get a mask for him.
Mhm.
So I went and bought the Pikachu mask.
Yep. It's the Kita mask, but it's like, hey, Pikachu, follow.
Yep. I gave it him. I didn't get my money because I was already full on my wallet, so I basically did this job for free. Very annoying.
Ah, no.
And I bought the other mask, the
Like skull and isn't it like half skull
yeah,
with bones coming out of it? Yeah.
ran around for a little bit to see who that handed into. Couldn't find anybody, so I decided to head up the Death Mountain place. Met the weird, moldy rock pervert guys. And
The Gorons.
that's the one. Went into their home,
Mhm.
and I got to a door where somebody was like, "Oh yeah, we need a royal message for you to be able to come in." And the skull mask had replaced my royal message, so I couldn't go in there. So I completely backtracked, snuck my way through the castle again to get to.
Trigger for the note again.
Yep. She didn't do anything. She didn't give me no note.
No, she wouldn't.
So now I am kind of hit a brick wall. Sam was watching me at the time. He googled how to do it, but I didn't want the answer. So now I'm just sort of playing with my balls until I can figure something out.
Okay.
I'd like to just add, I did Google it,
Yep.
and I said I knew what to do.
Yep.
I never said I was going to tell you.
Perfect. That
Fair.
works out perfectly.
Yeah, it's.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, let them figure it out. It's fine. I don't remember even thinking too much about it. I think because there were other parts I knew from things. Yeah, I can't give too much to away, but like
No.
there's certain things you can do that you'll start figuring it out when you go, oh, I see this sign or this thing that means I can do this thing.
Yeah.
It means it wants this certain thing from me. I will only clarify on one part, and it's that what you've entered into in terms of the note to the mask and going through that, because it places the exact same point on your inventory screen.
Yeah.
That's entering into the entire trade thing that you can do in the game. And it's basically item for item for item for item for item for item. And you keep going down the line until you get something at the end.
Right. So you
So
telling me that
you can't get something back again once you've already gotten it. You can go get a mask again from the shop. You can re-get the mask later. But when you find like the people you got to keep giving the mask to, it will just carry on like normal.
Okay. Not sure I fully understand that, but I'll work it.
It's trying not to give spoilers for things.
Yeah.
But basically, there's something else that you need to do. You are properly equipped.
Okay.
To do what you need to do.
Okay.
But yeah, that's cool. Yeah, so it's a shame that you got stuck on that part because you didn't really do a lot.
Nope. It was a lot of running around. I played it for like, was it 2 hours, Sam, something like that? And it was just a bunch of running around. I did figure out that like when you're outside the castle and it's night time, you can just stand on that wall and the skeletons can't get you.
Yeah. So the like I get you. Yeah, this going into town during night
for a little bit.
Hmm.
But yeah,
if you remembered every piece of dialogue, you'd know exactly what to do.
Oh right, yeah, I'm 1000% not remembering that.
Yeah, if it's, I don't want to give it away. But yeah, if you do ever do again, you want to know like, okay, I'm confused. The only thing, I've said that you're properly equipped, so I'll say next time you play, go to the door and just try everything, and something will work.
Okay.
Not telling what it is, but you are properly equipped to go do it, so just go try everything, and you'll figure out what to do. It'll be easy enough then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, do I have to play Zelda's song? I'm just going to assume I have to play Zelda's song. Okay. Moving on.
Okay, since you're going to try that next, yes, and the piece of dialogue that was told to you from input was that you would become recognizable as like a messenger of the royal family with this tune.
Right, okay. Got it.
So it was remembering that dialogue and then doing it there. But yeah, hey, you figured it out.
Figured it out on the podcast.
I could just hear the cock's turn of like, right, it can't be a cookery seed. It can't be a stick. What else have I got? I've got an ocarina. What can I do with the ocarina? Oh, there's songs. Go from there. Yeah.
Maybe he likes the pony song. I don't know.
You have to do another part actually afterwards. You might hit another small wall for a bit as well after you go through that. Be interesting. Be funny. When you play it, let me know. Send me a message. Definitely always come and watch.
Yeah, I mean, I always just like stream it on the Discord anyway, so you're more than welcome to see me.
Oh yeah, it
join.
just means me. It means me noticing you're in there. Though.
Oh yeah, fair.
Like
Okay.
at me specifically.
Yeah, I will let you know. Then.
Summon me. Yeah. Thanks.
So
Cool.
we've also collectively decided to play a bunch of games. We
Aye.
Sam,
Yes.
what have we been playing?
What have we been playing? What? On what in your segment?
No, what have
In the all
we
section.
three?
Yeah.
Alright, in the all section. Well, so
Pick one.
for a start, preface Steam sale. This is literally how 90% of these games.
Yeah,
or
we've just
all
been
of
like
them.
buying fucking games for one another, buying ourselves games. It's been great.
This was all just one night for like 3 of them. It was just like go.
Yeah, we was just like checking the bank, like, oh, I can do without that stick of deodorant. Here's a game. So I'm going to take from the top. We've been playing Left 4 Dead 2,
Yes,
Hell
we
yeah.
have.
which in my eyes is a masterpiece and it is beautiful.
We've decided to slowly work our way through the Left 4 Dead 1 campaign, and then we're going to be moving on to the Left 4 Dead 2 campaign, including all of the DLC, because it's all packaged into one on Steam for like £3 whenever it goes on sale. It's insane. But yeah,
It's definitely good. But we're chipping his way through. It's been a pretty standard experience, which is always, is nice. There has been a few moments where we've been like, yeah, this is quite difficult, but other than
playing
that,
on
we've
Advanced, I believe, which is the hard equivalent.
yeah.
Not the very hardest, but third up.
So it's definitely been good.
Yeah.
Well, so also, let me scroll back up to that list because my screen decided no, I'm just going to scroll away from all this. We've also been playing Quake. We've had a blast at Quake.
Yes, so I believe it was last year around November time. They updated Quake to have like 4K resolution and all achievements. It's now like tied to the Bethesda launcher. Rest in peace, not and all this stuff. And I was like, yeah, fuck it, let's play through the Quake campaign. It's also got like updated multiplayer firmware, I guess you could call it. I don't fucking know. Basically new servers, so they're not like relying on old IPs. And yeah, I had fun with it. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking love me some Quake 1.
This is my first time playing Quake, so it was really interesting to go in there and play it.
Yeah, it's nice that like I feel like a lot of modern co-op games, both people die and that's the end. You have to restart a checkpoint or something. Whereas this is just running into a fucking meat grinder face first.
Yep.
You just die, respawn, die.
Yep. You die and then it's like, oh, that's cute. Suck it up.
You just bang your head
Boom.
against the problem until it goes away.
Oh, yeah. It's like, how do I unlock this door? Well, throwing yourself into that lava pit 16 times. But sometimes even doing that, randomly you'd be like, boom, and you'd be like, hang on, I've just unlocked something. It was crazy.
It's another fun thing about like old shooters. All the fucking secrets that cram into levels. Like, we also played Serious Sam, and
Oh,
it was like 13 secrets in one small first level.
Yeah, there was far too many for that level.
Yeah. But we'll come to Serious Sam. So what did you actually think of Quake then?
Quake was good. It was interesting. It was like a transport back to the 90s, which is always good. It's always good. Makes you feel younger as you rapidly approach midlife crisis. And like even the pacing of it and just how them games run on modern hardware. So like when you're looking at like the FPS limiter, and one of the FPSs was 520 FPS, I was like, wait, what?
Hell yeah.
Most people are aiming for 60 these days, but no, Quake, 520 FPS. It's like,
Mad.
but that adds to the momentum and the speed because you're never slow. You're always running and you're always moving.
Yeah. If you're not always running, always jumping, always strafing, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
That's why you die.
I learned that was Serious Sam because I was just like strafing all the way into like rockets, and I was like, oh, I keep dying, but it's fine. And it's like, well, you're not strafing. As soon as I start strafing, I was like, I could do this all day, and then I get killed by something behind me. But Quake, Serious Sam were both phenomenal.
Yeah, Quake. Interesting for an old game. Enjoyed it because I played the original Doom not too long ago, and it's fun to go back and like play such a game I've never played before, but like was already such like a cult classic.
Yeah.
And then go to Quake, it's like, yeah, you know what, I can see this as like fully like improved upon that whole formula and did it well. Yeah, I would definitely would have like played the hell out of it if I played it back then. I'd have played the hell out of it. It'd have been great.
See, weirdly, Quake 2 was my jam back in the day, but like replaying it recently, I think it was a few Christmases ago, I tried it with my my brother co-op, and it was not great. Like, I was like, oh, this doesn't feel good. The weapons don't particularly sound good. I wasn't big on it, but then the Quake, like, quote-unquote remaster came out and blew me away. It's the first time I'd like properly played Quake 1, and I just went through the entire thing and all of its DLCs, or expansions as they were back in the day, and absolutely loved it. Funny thing about Quake, the last boss fight isn't like your typical fight. You actually, spoilers, you have to telefrag the boss. So there's this like little orb that travels around, and you need to go through the portal at this exact right time when this orb has gone into the boss, and you telefrag it and blow the boss up. You're not supposed to shoot it or anything like that, which is easy as fuck, but like it took me way longer than I care to admit to figure that out. There's like no signage to tell you. If it was like a fucking modern game, it'd be like there'd be a fucking quest marker, there'd be some text at the top of the screen saying telefrag the boss. Or if you took too long, that's when a hint would pop up saying, oh yeah, you have to telefrag this guy, by the way. Yeah, it's just of all the old shooters, your Quakes, your Dooms, your Bloods, Quake is definitely like the standout to me, personally.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And as we mentioned before, we also played some Serious Sam, the First Encounter.
We did.
Martin, what did you think of Serious Sam, the First Encounter?
It was so dumb.
Yes.
I have nothing else to say, but it was so dumb. Like we found the first secret, and like all the developers heads were put on these things, giant like balloon heads.
Yep.
Came out, and it was like, oh, okay, so it was a small team. Like, so I get it. It's just, it does not take itself seriously in any regard.
Oh no.
It is. They come up with the weirdest things, meshed them all together. None of it has any continuity or sense, anything at all. It's just you want to go in and just shoot things and just not think.
Yeah.
Like Serious Sam is the game for that. I never would have bought it. I will never go and play it by myself, but I'm not going to turn it down when other people say to play it.
Yeah, it is such a fucking insane game. The enemy design is perfect though. Like, there's these kamikaze guys who are just shirtless. They don't have a head. They're holding 2 bombs in their hands, but they are screaming. They're screaming their fucking lungs out somehow. They run up to you and just blow themselves up on you. There's these weird things that look like Super Meat Boy, Martin said at one point.
Yeah, they're Super Meat Boy.
With the big mouths that just bite at you. There's these, like, horned skeletons that sound like helicopters that, like, throw fucking bolas at you. There's giant demons with 6 arms throwing fireballs. There's weird, like...
The big scorpion dude.
Yeah, the scorpions with Gatling guns. There's laser shooting half mech, half alien things. The enemy design is just so fucking good and
Yeah, it's basically, it feels
batshit.
like it went to every single person, every single player, and was like, make a monster,
Yeah,
and they
100%.
did, and they put them all in.
There's no theme, like no
No,
theme whatsoever.
no, they're in. And this part what makes it really stupid is that you cannot take any single part seriously, but just run in and go crazy shooting things.
Yeah.
It's worthwhile with friends. I would hate single player.
Oh, I love
I would
single
absolutely
player.
despise. I personally would hate. I would hate single player.
The enemies are enemies in multiplayer scale in number and like damage they deal and damage they can take in
Okay.
multiplayer. So the more
Fair
people
enough.
you're playing with,
Yeah.
like the more enemies there's going to be and whatnot. It is
That's
reasonable in
fair.
single player.
Okay, that's fair because I only have experienced multiplayer, and I'm sat here like thinking I'd have to do all the quick saves.
Yeah.
Because if you die, you just look back, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm doing that.
No, no.
Like, it ain't worth it because how quick you can die. You can die in like 3 hits.
Oh yes.
Oh,
But yeah, that was a fantastic game. And Martin, what was the last game that we all played together?
The last game we all played together
In fact,
was
it's probably the
Contagion.
one that we've played the most.
We would have played the most now because of how long certain things took, like finding a fire extinguisher.
Just kept fucking dying as well.
It's Contagion.
Yes,
I've been loving Contagion.
it's really
Like,
good.
they could be really liking it. There's so many games that have done Left 4 Dead, but just done Left 4 Dead.
Yeah,
Every single time, and there's something that's like, we have a 4-player co-op game. We're doing this stuff, and you go around it. It's like it's Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
Every single time I know something's Left 4 Dead, that's all I have to say to it, and it is that. And they try spin it off as something different, Steam different, all the rest of it.
which isn't bad. Like Left 4 Dead's
It's
fucking
not bad. It's a good
incredible if you
formula.
can-
It's a
yeah,
great,
yeah.
yeah. But they never do it as well, and they never really. I've never found one that's properly done it as well as Left 4 Dead was first received. And it's always just like it's just similar trope kind of thing. Contagion is one where I would actually call it like a Left 4 Dead 2.0 in a way. It's
In its own little way, yeah.
in its own way. Left 4 Dead has its own thing. It's still a different sort of game to where you can't. It's not fair to compare the two and say one's better than the other
No,
because they are their own separate game. But it's something that I think should be bigger than it is. I mean, I don't even know how big Contagion is, but I'd never heard of it. I'm going to Google it on Steam.
I don't think it's very big at all. I mean, like its normal price is like £7. That's how kind of small it is on Steam. But
Oh my god, it came out 2014.
Yeah.
But 2013. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Okay, it's 9,000 reviews, but in
So I want to say it started as a mod for Half-Life 2, if I remember rightly,
okay.
and it got like developed into its own thing from there. But for the people listening who don't know what Contagion is, I always describe it as like a much slower paced Left 4 Dead. So
Yeah.
you almost always want to go for headshots. Sometimes there'll be guys in like helmets and stuff, you'll need to go for bodies or legs. But for the majority, you want to go for headshots, otherwise it takes fucking 3 magazines just to down something.
And it does, even with pistols, you're shooting so much, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It does the Left 4 Dead thing of like, depending... Oh no, it's not depending on how well you're doing, but basically you're always in the same level, but certain areas of that level will be blocked off, forcing you to go down a different route, and essentially you're trying to find quote-unquote key items like a set of keys, a key card, a fire extinguisher, bolt cutters, and they're all to get past various obstacles in levels. So maybe a fire's blocking one hallway, or one door is locked, or to get into this armory, which is optional, you need a key card, and shit like that. And the game mode we were playing, Escape, the objective is to escape. So if you play in the police station, you might end up having like a kind of a big final crescendo, either on the rooftops where shitloads of zombies will just keep spawning and coming at you until this helicopter turns up and you can stop the zombies and you can escape. Or it might end in the parking garage where a similar thing happens, but you're just trying to get through a gate to escape. And it's got all this different stuff for all the... there's only like, I think it's 8 levels or something like that, and some of them are just variants of other levels. And because there's so many other modes like PvP and whatnot, the escape mode doesn't get like... It doesn't get all the love, put it that way. It's not quite as bad as Fortnite's fucking Survive the Storm, but or whatever that fucking mode was called.
I
But
think it was called that, but yeah.
But yeah, Contagion is very good. It is like, is it £2 in this sale?
It's £3.49
Yeah.
at 50% off.
I highly recommend Contagion.
I would even pay full price for this thing.
Yeah.
I'm telling everyone, go buy this game now. I'm literally going to say, I'm thinking literally now, like, thinking of copying the link and sending it to people and buy this. Send like Jeff. I know Jeff would probably play this. You know.
Oh yeah, Jeff would stream it, get more attention to it. That'd be perfect.
Yeah. It's something that like literally it should be bigger than it is. The escape mode is the one we've played, and I would literally just get the game just for that.
Yep, that's
You
all
know,
I play.
I would pay like I'd pay like 12 to 15 quid just for that game mode alone.
I
For the maps they've got.
played 204.6 hours of just the escape mode. I don't care about the other modes. I just love that mode because it changes up often enough that it doesn't feel different every time, but it feels just different enough.
Yeah, like going through, you're gonna know where certain things are to look for.
Yeah,
But it doesn't really matter because it's always a different place.
yep.
And even playing the other map, we were trying to find a fire extinguisher on one map, and it was just me left, and the two were cockroaches running around, and I spent about 40 minutes trying to find this fire extinguisher. To finally find one area I'd been down to a total other section, to eventually find it.
Fucking alleyway that I told everyone not to go up because it's like it's a dead end. It's heading back towards the start. He said.
Yeah, and it was that dead end. So just to go through all that, it's such a good game, and it's definitely worth playing. It's just a lot of fun. It's going for the headshots all the time for the zombies and stuff.
Yeah,
is a lot of fun. There's actual threats, like even on the difficulties we're playing it at, like 3 hits, and you're probably dead.
Yep.
4 hits and you're dead. So it's like,
or you're infected and you're gonna die.
You can I can hit once and get infected and die, which sucks. I like infection being off. Or disabled, whichever way. The disabled being enabled, the option's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's such a good game, yeah. I've really been enjoying that. I'm looking forward to playing more. We had one hilarious bit that happened. It was we were at the beginning. Everyone knows what I'm going to be talking about here. We were at the very beginning of the game, and we knew the run was over. I can't remember why. I think it was set to like the hardest difficulty. That was it. You set to hardest difficulty as a joke. I'm like, we're going to go do this. We're going to smash through like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And yeah, but we were sat there messing about at the beginning. You hit me with a wrench at the beginning because you spawned with it.
Yep.
But the damage gets reflected back to the person. That's how friendly fire works.
Yep.
It seems so, like you hit me with the wrench, and you're on 10% health, and we all beat the hell out of each other with weapons. And then we were sat there at the hardest difficulty because we were thinking of leaving. And we're like, should we just try? Yeah, let's go try.
Yep.
Let's do this. One hit dead. Boom. Let's go. So we're running through. We go straight to the first section. There's walls there. There's loads of windows in front. I'm like, right, we could take them out then. So we pop a couple of shots at the zombies. Like, managed to get a couple of them down. And then Sam, tell them what you did.
Sir, I thought the only way to enter this building is in style. And now, just to preface this, glass does damage to you.
Which I don't think they knew at the time.
No one knew at the time.
I wasn't aware of. I decided I was just going to run headfirst into this window. 10% health, so I ran headfirst at this thing. I died.
Just ragdoll.
But the way I ragdolled was just hilarious because it's like I just ran, and it's like there were no like elaborate flips or somersaults. My entire body just flopped to the ground.
Immediate ragdoll as soon as you die.
As soon as you touch the glass,
the momentum carried, so it just like went fucking flop fish through this fucking window, and it was
flat on the ground. It was great. We were sat there ready to tackle this hardest difficulty in 10%. We were going to actually give it a go. It was attacked straight off the bat. It was absolutely fantastic.
I was massacred by double glazed windows.
Yeah. An inanimate object.
And I was laughing so hard, I was like, and then I thought I was going to pass out, so how much I was laughing.
Yeah, I think we died from laughing even at that point.
Yeah. So yeah, that is Contagion. It is only on Steam at the minute, but I highly recommend it, especially for the price of £3. Even It's best with people, but even alone, it's worth giving a go, honestly.
We still
Right.
need to finish a level.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Right. We got so close.
Yeah, me and Martin got incredibly close at one point, and Sam was trying to help us in zombie form. So there's an option to like allow players to be zombies. So the idea is to like try and stop the remaining survivors, but you can just try to help them. You can't hurt the zombies, you can't hurt other zombies, but you can like roar to draw them into you, and then like command the zombies to go stand in that fucking corner while everyone else just takes pot shots at them or whatever. And Sam was trying to do that, trying to do his best in zombie form, but it wasn't enough, sadly.
Yeah. It was rip.
Right, do we want to talk about Orcs Must Die and the Forest, Sam, or nada?
Can give him a quick gloss. The forest, I feel like we've talked about the forest a million times over.
Yeah, maybe we have. So me and Sam are doing another run on the Forest. So Orcs Must
This
Die
one's-
2 is a co-op game. Sorry, did you want to say something else about the Forest?
Yeah, I was gonna say this one's actually lasted more than one session, so
Yes.
we're on the right path.
Yeah, I mean, we're playing it on PC now, because
Yeah.
PS4/PS5 is locked to 30, which is very unfortunate. So yeah,
Oh,
now
sorry.
we're just soldiering our way through on PC, and it's been fun. We're playing on the hardest difficulty with the hardest survival, so we're having to eat like every fucking 20 minutes or something daft. That's 20 minutes in game, by the way. And yeah, we've got a wall built. We're halfway through building a house. Oh, you're done building your house, but I'm halfway through building my house. It's fun. Good game.
I love it.
Also in Steam sale.
It is. Go
And,
buy now.
yes. Orcs Must Die. I think I bought you Orcs Must Die?
No, I got myself Orcs Must Die too.
Alright, I lost track of what I bought you guys. In any case, we've also been playing Orcs Must Die 2, which is a co-op tower defense. Only not entirely tower defense. I guess you call it an action tower defense game, because you are basically playing in third person. You're playing one of two characters.
Yeah.
Each has like one or two different traps. The woman naturally starts with less health for some reason, but more mana. The guy starts with more health, but less mana for some reason, to differentiate them, I guess. But in essence, you're trying to protect this like teleporter at one side of the level, and there will be doors throughout the level. Maybe it's at the opposite side, maybe there's one in the middle, maybe there's one either place.
Yeah.
And orcs are going to be flooding through, as well as trolls, ogres. There's going to be flying bat-like creatures, and you have to set up guardians like your archers, your knights, your dwarves with bombs. You're going to be setting up barricades to block the way, so you can like try to funnel them through places. You're going to be
Yes.
setting up wall traps. You're going to be setting up floor traps, ceiling traps, and it's just a damn good fucking game. It's been out for ages now, it feels like.
And
And
do you know why you have to do all this, setting up all the traps and defending the doors?
because orcs must die.
Must die. Two. There we go.
Yeah, it's a good ass game. Have you been enjoying yourself with Orcs Must Die too?
I do really enjoy it. Like I've had a whale of a time when we've played it.
Good. We have to get back to it at some point.
We do. We will. That is a promise. We will.
I've also been playing it through with my Canadian friend on the hardest difficulty, which has been an absolute bastard.
Oh God.
It has been horrible. Well, I've still been enjoying it 'cause it's a cracking game, but yeah, that's been rough.
Gosh. Damn.
Anyway, we move from what have you been playing / watching, an hour of what have you been playing / watching, Jesus, onto the player's choice talk. So, last week we rolled a die, and that die did not land on Martin, of course. It landed on me, and I chose the MMO City of Heroes. Now, City of Heroes closed down a little while ago, so we were playing the only way to play City of Heroes anymore, which is City of Heroes Homecoming, which is like a private server that's been around and secret for a while, but now it's kind of, it's out there, it's public. I don't have any problems talking about it, otherwise I wouldn't have chosen it for Player's Choice Talk. And yeah, what did you fellas think of City of Repeatable Quests?
Just that.
I did like it. I liked.
Let's start from the very top. Let's start from character creation, actually.
Okay. Character creation was. It was not. It was honestly like it was nice. The level of customization was there, and I had a lot. I did have quite a bit of fun with it, especially like I felt like I could personalize my hero and make them basically come across how I wanted them to. And in your head, you come up with like a little story in your own head, and that's part of the whole RPG aspect of it.
Yeah, I mean, they straight up have like a bio section, so you could just fill in your character's backstory if you wanted. So if somebody inspected you, they could read your backstory if they wanted to.
Yes. But it was good. For me personally, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a lot in the character creation.
Yep.
It's an old game. It was 2004 was the initial release date, and for that level of customization is very, very high. There weren't many faces, but they didn't really matter because there were so many different outfits, and you customize that like from the legs to the torso piece to having a cape to not having a cape, to really make to wear like your own hero.
Yeah.
I think we're running around and like obviously there were not many people, but I never saw someone who even looked remotely similar.
No. Which
You know,
is baffling because you were basically just like in a tank top and shorts.
I was Lara Croft. I was trying to create Revi at first for everyone who's listening. Revi from the anime Black Lagoon is my waifu. I try to create her in every game that I can where I can dual wield a weapon. If not, I create just a blue-haired heroine call her Tia because that's general standard name I pick for people. Because I was trying to create Revi and then noticed like this person looks so much like Lara, and I can't fully create Revi. I'm like, forget it, creating Lara. So yeah, I was running like that, and it's unless you were creating someone like Superman, you probably wouldn't run across someone who looks remotely similar to you. They would just have the similar maybe color scheme. You know, if you went for like the red and yellow because of Iron Man, someone probably else went with red and yellow because of Iron Man, and it'd be that sort of deal. It's such diverse. I think there's 100 pieces for every single thing. It felt like.
Yeah, there was a lot, and there was even more added in Homecoming, the private server, because they'd basically like just taken assets from like enemies and stuff and just thrown them in as well. Basically, any like body asset that was in the game that wasn't like too crazy, they're just thrown into the character creator to make it even more vast. And there used to be a system where like for every month you had been subscribed to City of Heroes, because it was a subscription-based MMO, you would like unlock something new for the character creator. So like 1 year it'd be like a trench coat, you might get different cape designs, wings and stuff like that. But they have just thrown, this private server has just thrown all of that in from the start, including capes. Capes used to be get to level 20 and you can have your cape. But now they're just in from the start. You can create whatever the fuck you want. There's auras, you can change the colour of your powers. There's absolutely fucking all sorts in that character creator. Even today, it is one of the best MMO character creators.
Yeah. There's no way you'll run into someone who would look like you like that.
No.
And that's really, really good.
Unless, like you said, somebody was going for like a existing superhero aesthetic.
Yeah, and that's because they're so popular that a lot of people would also do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was absolutely great. The quest system was fun at first.
Yeah.
I liked the running around to go to like a city, go into the building, infiltrate it, fight them, and then leave. It has a very quick exit function from the dungeon. Because they're technically dungeons, we'll call them, up, going in the buildings and doing it.
Yeah.
Really, really handy. The problem is that it pretty much felt like that was all that after.
Did you
We
still
got the way
enjoy
to-
it on the 20th attempt?
on the one mission with the 20th attempt.
Oh yeah, there was
but-
that as well.
Yeah, no. If after a bit it was like, okay, like I wanted to progress, start faster. I wanted to get new abilities.
Yeah,
The problem was with the cooldowns on the abilities that there were times where we just sat there like, all I can do is punch. It's the only move available to me whatsoever.
yeah.
So you have to run up next to him and go punch. It's like if you're a ranged character, it's like you have to sit there and then not do anything and wait for cooldowns, or you have to run up and compromise the range to go punch someone.
And
So
we didn't really visit any like enhancement sellers either, so it's not like you could have bought some recharge enhancements.
just all cooldown.
Yeah,
I did get a couple that were cooldown, and it sort of helped, but it just wasn't enough because there's not. What I would have needed really to make the game a lot more enjoyable would have been just my basic attack to be whatever my primary ability was. It's just a basic version. Like I could unlock shoot, which was just pistol. It was called pistol. Was my ability. And it's just one shot with a pistol. I want that where I can click, 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 click. And it's that quick.
yeah.
Like, and even have it do naff damage, and have my special abilities do major damage. You know, and that would have also been acceptable for things. That was the only thing that let it down. Was it hit the point of, for me personally, where I was like, I want more now, and I'm not getting it, and I had to go do the same content again and again to be able to get more, which then made the willingness to even want to get to the stage where I could get more less. But overall, it was really good. I reckon if I was a kid playing it, where that sort of monotonous, like just tedious thing of doing it again and again didn't matter,
Yeah.
I'd have had so many heroes, all over max level, every
all-
single type of ability, and
Preach.
I would have absolutely loved it and gone like, this is the best game, and just look at my collection. You know, it would have been that, and I would have been proud of that collection of them.
That was me all over. My main character was medieval knight, and I misspelled medieval. It's great.
Medieval. But yeah, that's overall my experience on it.
So, what did you think of the monotony, Sam?
At first, I was like, well, you know, this is what you got to do. The path of a hero is what it is. You know, you can't be renowned from the get go. We're not all fucking Superman, so we'll just give it a try. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep plowing at it. But honestly, by the end of it, and to be honest, as much as I said, oh, I'll probably keep playing this at some point. As soon as it was like, right, we've finished, I have never closed a game down so fast. It just got me. The problem with me is I feel like I need to be. If I'm going to play something long term like that, like over a course of a few weeks, like a few sessions,
Yeah.
I need to have like something switched up, just something a
Something
little
more
bit different.
engaging happening. Like the
Yes.
dungeons in WoW.
Yes, I like WoW, exactly, like WoW.
Yeah.
And it just got so monotonous to the end, and it was just like.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it's a good game, and I'm glad people can still play it. Like, I will probably end up playing it again because, you know, Imatic was my boy.
Oh, yeah, talk about your powers a bit.
Powers, well, I was like, it was more like controlling the darkness. And, like, I could essentially do, for those who play D&D or don't, I could literally do, like, the equivalent of a fucking Eldritch Blast.
Yep.
And that was just.
And you could, like, summon tentacles to hold people in place, and
Yes.
you could fly at one point and teleport.
Exactly, and it was just crazy.
How about you, Martin? What does your powers entail?
Yeah, I had guns, so I was going for heavy. And then the only other one that I saw that I thought might be cool was the what was it? It was basically melee.
Was it like
It was melee, but it
martial
was the martial arts. So but I only got the one ability, which was Key Blaster first. So I had to be right next to him and then use that, and then I was left with just punching.
Is that the
which I
one that
think
was
is
like
ridiculous.
fucking
Sons are flying.
flat palm them flying, yeah.
Yeah, they just levitate slightly and then just slowly drift away.
I do
It was
think
great.
it's cool how some of the movesets like blend into one another animations wise.
Yeah.
So like sometimes if you're like holding a gun, you're firing away with your guns, you'll like pistol whip them if you use brawl.
Hmm.
I don't know if you ever saw that animation.
I never saw it, no, because they were never close enough until I tried then key blast them away.
Ah, right. But if you've got like an assault rifle, you'll like butt them with the end of it, and some of the animations will like blend together like that. Sometimes, like your key blast, you might kick them instead of like flat palming them. If you saw that one.
I never saw that.
Ah, right. Okay. I'm just making all this shit up. But yeah, it will do like little things like that that are neat. But yeah, I think overall we enjoyed it, but we wouldn't go back. Well, I will go back because nostalgia forces me to. But
It's always how it is.
yeah,
It
it wasn't as fulfilling as WoW, would you say?
No, unfortunately not.
Fair enough.
Like I said, it was great, and I'm happy that I got to at least experience it once.
Yeah.
That I know I played City of Heroes, and like that's where it was. And like I said, giving it credit where it's due for 2004, I would have played the absolute crap out of it.
Yep.
It just doesn't have its place now, unfortunately. Whereas WoW, I still feel like it could hold its place up. And it still does. Where a lot of people, even without nostalgia, can go on and have a good time on it.
Yeah. I will say it's still the best superhero MMO, in my opinion.
Yeah. To be fair, it is. Yeah, I've played a lot of others like DC Universe and things, and it's none are as close to this.
No. If you're a big fan of DC Universe Online, I highly recommend trying City of Heroes. It's PC only, but you want to look for City of Heroes Homecoming and download that. It's a fun time if you're into that kind of stuff, and if you can deal with the jank of old MMOs, like no real direction, no story really. There were some like stringed story missions that were inserted by the Homecoming guys, but other than that, that's kind of it. It's just a lot of side missions strung together until you get to max level. There are also like your dungeons, which are in the form of bank heists and stuff like that, and there are super forces, I think they're called, which are like big raids, but I've never done them. There are also world bosses, which we didn't see any of, but there's like the Kraken out in the world, and there's... Do you remember Perez Park? The like gigantic park? There's a weird moss creature that wanders around there that we could have run into and would have murdered us, but yeah, there's fun stuff to see, and using the travel powers can be fun when you're not like landing in groups of enemies and getting the shit beaten out of you immediately.
Yes.
Flight is kind of the way to go. But yeah, that was City of Heroes for Player's Choice Talk. Now we move on to the news.
To the news.
Sam,
Yes.
take this first one, please.
Okay, so 4Gamer.net interviewed From Software head Hidetaka Miyazaki. He From Software, as you know or don't know, but will now, have made lots of franchises. They did Demon Souls. They've done Dark Souls. They've recently, to my knowledge, done Elden Ring. If there's anyone else, is there anything I'm missing, co-hosts?
They did Sekiro and Bloodborne, right?
Yep, Sekiro, Bloodborne, yep. A lot of
Souls games.
the Souls-like games. Basically, Hell Simulator. Because that is what they are. Anyway, in this interview, 4Gamer, they put plenty of questions to him, but the key points of information that Miyazaki did drop was an unannounced project is in the final stages of development, which there isn't much. He didn't give anything else away than that.
Naturally.
Really. Miyazaki has confirmed he intends to continue focusing on directing games, and he's already working on his next game.
Which we can assume is that unannounced
Yes.
project.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then whoa, what are they cooking up?
Surprise.
Yes. Elden Ring is going to receive some more updates. Um, and overall, the final point that he did give more information about was he went on to talk about how the company is working to improve the conditions. They've a few years back there was a lot of controversy, wasn't there, in the companies where it was like but unpaid overtime, crunch, like burnout from
Mm.
all across the industry, and so From Software, obviously, reaction to that,
Come back
you
with
know,
that.
they decided, well, we're going to make some changes. They never actually had outright anything attached to them where there was like, this developer's doing this developer's done that.
Yeah.
They just took it in and was like, well, we'll make some changes anyway. So, like, one of the things they want to improve the compensation and the treatment of its employees, and they like for people who are like starting out their careers at From Software and like towards the middle of their careers, they want to increase the salaries for them so they've got more money financially, which
Yeah.
I think is a good thing. And he's claimed that the working environment has greatly improved in recent years.
Good. That's always a good thing to fucking hear. Let's be honest.
Yes,
I feel like
definitely.
it's kind of come to light a lot recently of like working for a lot of these companies is kind of shit. Like the whole fucking rape thing at Blizzard and the Konami being kind of shitty.
Yes.
It seems to be a running trend, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's all the controversy that's come out about gaming recently has just been a shit show.
It's not good.
But I'm glad, like, first of all, they haven't, as far as we're aware, had any controversy themselves. But also, despite that, they've also thought to themselves, well, let's do things better.
Yeah.
Let's make things a bit better.
Good.
So, yeah, I commend it. I commend it.
Yeah. For sure. Could you take this next one as well, since it's basically related?
Oh yeah, From Software is hiring for a new project, and I even have a
Which
link.
we
The
can
link is
assume is the unannounced project that's in the final stages of development, and the next game that Miyazaki was talking about. We can
they
assume.
have. The tweet reads, well, this is translated because obviously From Software is a Japanese company, so I wouldn't expect them to write their tweets in anything other than Japanese. We have started recruiting staff for a wide range of occupations for multiple new projects. We
Oh,
look
multiple.
forward to, yes, multiple, to working with you on making games with From Software. Please check the special site if you'd like.
Nice.
I mean, that's that both intrigues me and frightens me all at the same time because I know what games From Software come out with, and I don't know if I'm ready to have that much trauma inflicted upon me yet.
They have to be doing like an Elden Ring 2, surely.
Having a quick blast at their link, they're looking for a game planner, a system planner, a game programmer, R&D department, graphics system, server engineer, character designer, background designer. A lot. Basically, yes, this is reading they are gearing up for a big, even QA, which is good, and then all the way down to sales at the bottom.
I wonder if there's going to be a DLC for Elden Ring. I never finished it, so I will 100% not play it, but I'll be curious, because it seems like the people who did finish it 1000% want more Elden Ring. Whether that's in the
Yes.
form of an Elden Ring 2 or preferably DLC.
Yes. I never finished it myself, honestly. Me and Martin were actually, but we was going through a playthrough together, and we sort of just fell off.
Yeah, it sounds like Martin's just fallen off of Elden Ring in general at this point.
Yeah. So have I, honestly. Like, it's just. It was good. Like, I was playing it like every single day, like,
Yeah.
from when it came out, and then I just got burned out by it. But it's one of them I would go back and play, but I'd have to start from, like, scratch,
Yeah.
which
That's fair.
kind of puts me off at the same time.
Right, Martin, could you take the these next two? Oh, sorry, you're out of breath. I'll take this one.
My bad, because I had to go help out with something.
Right, okay, I'll take this next one then. Don't worry about
Okay,
it.
sorry about that.
Nier Automata, which is one of my favourite games of last gen, has sold 6.5 million units according to Square Enix, and in October, I believe the date is. Scrolling down. Don't scroll that far down. Oh, it's literally right at the top of the other news story. Yep.
Yeah.
In October, on October the 6th, it will be coming out on the Nintendo Switch,
Hell yeah.
which is always good
I
news.
do need to play Nier Automata.
It is really good. I know you said that you're
It's
not
so
like
good.
a huge fan of like the kind of platinum style beat the shit out of them ups.
I can be a fan of those. Depends how well it's done.
Fair. Well, this
I
was
just know that
very good.
my mate with the Steam Share library has it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying like, ooh, I could just
Do it.
throw it on and like start playing it. Because even he played it, and he's not a fan of these games. But he got it. I can't remember where he got it. I think it was on sale or something. I can't remember. But he got it, and he was like, it was really good. And he did like 3 playthroughs of it.
Incredible
Because
soundtrack.
okay, have not heard that about it.
Really.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna check it out at some point.
Yeah. I've been playing, not recently, but Nier Replicant, which was like, Nier was the initial game, and that came out back in fucking PS3 days, and the Nier Replicant was like a remaster of that essentially, and I've been playing that
Nice.
earlier in the year, and that was a really good game as well. Never properly finished it, because these games have like, they literally have an ending for every letter of the alphabet.
You don't have to do it, and then do it in a second time. You get the other ending, and then the third, and the fourth, and the fifth, and stuff.
Yes, but also there's like joke endings. So like, you're an android, and basically at one point you're like, you've got a quote-unquote mother base, and if you self-destruct yourself within this mother base, that is one of the endings.
Okay. Yeah, because I know that you can like pull out your power pack or something,
Yeah.
and you just die.
Nier is... It's a weird series, because it also ties into one of my favourite, like, PS2 kind of Dynasty Warriors style games called Drakengard. It has a really weird tie-in that I won't go into yet until you've finished Automata. But yeah, I highly recommend that game, and Replicant, honestly. You don't have
I
to
will
play
say
one
then-
before the other.
Okay, that was just remember my question. Then do I have to play Replicant first?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
I'll
So
probably do Automata then at some point, just it's done.
yeah, Automata, I never know how to fucking pronounce it. It's set in like the kind of modern day after like an apocalypse, it looks like. Whereas Replicant is more like a fantasy game. It's more like a fable. I think you might actually prefer Replicant, actually, thinking about it.
Huh.
But in any case,
Give them both a go. Yeah.
Sam, could you take this next one, please?
Absolutely. Amazon's Fallout series has announced some, well, to me, interesting casting. Now, the one that stuck out to me when the link decides to open, because we live on the edge of the internet and I have terrible internet, people listening. So, previously announced cast members for the Fallout television series adaptation was Ella Purnell and Walton Goggins. Now, already that to me is a strong like cast lineup already to be announced, but they have announced the following 3 people: Zalia Mendes Jones and Aaron Merton. I think they're like newcomers. And if they've done something, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
First time I'm
never
hearing
heard
of them. The one that stuck out to me was Kyle McLaughlin.
That name sounds
Now,
familiar.
He is from Twin Peaks.
Ah,
He
okay.
played the lead in Twin Peaks. I forget the name of the lead in Twin Peaks. Having watched Twin Peaks multiple times. FBI agent Dale Cooper. That's who he played, and he's good. He's a great actor. He's good.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, unfortunately, I feel like it's going to fall under the curse of every movie adaptation. Oh, sorry, game
oh,
adaptation.
Yeah.
definitely is
Like,
going
even the
to.
Bloodlines movie, that has incredible casting, like fucking Kate Blanchett, Kevin
Yep.
Hart, Jack Black, but that it's not going to be good.
He's
Hopefully it
probably
is, but
it's probably not, but I will give it a chance.
No, it's fair. So will I.
It's set in the Fallout. We don't know what it is yet, other than it's based on Fallout. So for anyone who
I hope it's a new story. I hope they
yeah
don't like follow the Vault 101 or whatever the Vault in Fallout 4 was. I hope they like keep it to a new story.
yeah, I feel like they should. Because that'd probably give it a higher chance of doing better. Honestly, have a content, have a separate story. I mean, yeah, they all share the same world, but just have a different story. But don't do flashbacks 24/7 because that's what TV shows seem to do these days. I'm
Yeah,
looking at you, Kenobi.
it needs to start in like just before the bombs go off. Similar to Fallout 4, how Fallout 4 starts.
Yes, yeah, right before the bombs go off.
Yeah.
Starts like that, and then obviously takes them into the future.
yeah, I can see him doing like this character. This is what they were doing before the bomb dropped.
Mm.
The next character, this is what they were doing before the bomb dropped. After already seeing them, after we met them in the wasteland,
Yeah.
Yeah.
when we knew the character in the wasteland, this is what they were doing beforehand. I can see it doing that. I really can.
Do you reckon dog meat is going to make an appearance?
We
That
can.
would be beautiful. That would actually be beautiful.
Right, next story. Martin, could you take this one, please?
Yeah, sure. Blizzard acquires Spellbreak developer Proletariat. Proletariat, I guess it's
That's a
called.
hell of a name.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, but all 100 staff will work on WoW, so World of Warcraft, and Spellbreak to end development and servers close 2023.
Yeah.
Do you have a
that's
date
kind
of
of shit.
when in 2023?
No, they've just said
Just
early
they will.
2023.
Yeah, early 2023. Then that's a shame, really. Wasn't Spellbreak? If I'm going to Google Spellbreak real quick, wasn't the
It was like a mage-based battle royale. I know there's
Yeah.
1,000 battle royales, but
I
like,
wanted to try this one and never got around
Yeah.
to it.
It was good, but the
Was it
problem
taken?
the problem it had was it was a good game, but it didn't land an audience. But
I know a lot of YouTubers picked it up, and that's what made me see it, obviously, and then it looked really interesting. I know my time was, at the time when I was talking to other people, like a couple of years ago now or something, no one was really interested in playing it.
Yeah.
So I didn't have anyone else to play with. I'm like, I'm not going to play Battle Royale by myself. That seems dull. So I didn't bother, and then it completely escaped my mind.
yeah,
But yeah, it's they're bringing them onto WoW as well. Like, it gives them a job. They can keep doing things, obviously. But I think surely that means they have big plans for WoW again for something. If they're bringing on a lot more staff to work on it, they've never worked on WoW before. Even they clearly need them to do something.
well, it sounds like WoW is not doing great, so
it's there is a point to that does concern me. It was the new DLC that was announced for WoW. Was it WoW Classics DLC? I think it was the new one. That's due to come out in 6 months.
right.
Just about 6 months, less than 6 months, what I've read. And from what has been put out there is that bringing 100 people on to work on it to apparently do this work on it isn't necessarily a great sign.
They're desperate.
And with 6 months to... I mean, if it was just like, oh, we've brought 2-3 extra developers on, that's no cause for concern when you bring 100 on. That's 100 new people on the books, and you just think there is something going on.
There's either thinking about, because obviously I was just looking through an article talking about like World of Warcraft brings back dragons in new expansion, and that was April 19th, 2022. It was talking about. It could be that they're bringing the riding on the Overwatch 2. So maybe they're taking all the people from WoW that are experienced developers, putting them on to fix all of Overwatch's 2 stuff, and just using those 100 new members to kind of work on something they don't care if it does well on anymore.
But the thing about that is the Blizzard's always been fairly set, especially when it comes to these franchises, of not pulling people particularly from other teams to that, because like if you think about it one way, this is entering the realm of speculation, I know.
As all of this at the moment.
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't make sense to pull, I don't know, a developer, staff member who's an expert at all things World of Warcraft, and stick them onto Overwatch, which they don't know anything about. Especially if they've never worked in it, like it just. It rings. All I'm going to say is it rings alarm bells. That is all I'm going to say. Is it rings alarm bells.
Maybe they like purposely searched up all the names of these 100 staff to see if they had Blizzard accounts or had played World of Warcraft, and specifically they were just like, everybody in this company has played WoW. Let's get rid of them and bring them on.
Yeah,
it'd be hilarious.
Do you want a free WoW membership? Just kidding. You still have to pay for it even though you work for us. It's like, oh, okay. But yeah.
Right.
Fair enough, right.
Yeah.
The Cuphead, the delicious last course, early review scores are out. So this is actually out today. It came out at 2 PM our time, that is the 30th of June. So it'll be way out by the time you hear this podcast. And what do we have here? Noisy Pixel has given it a 10. G-Infinity has given it a 10. Game Skinny has given it a 10. IGN a 9. GameSpot 9. Destructoid 9. WCCF Tech, okay, has given it a 9. Hardcore Gamer 4 out of 5. Game Informer 8.75. Awkward bastards. Press Start has given it 8.5. Easy Allies have given it 8.5, and it is currently 90 on Metacritic with 15 critics. So it's safe to say this last course has gone down very well. I'm excited for that.
Like a last meal.
Yes. Next news story. You can now sign up for the Skate playtest. So Skate was like the not competitor to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, really. It was like a kind of, they tried to go for a sort of simulation.
Skateboard
game,
simulator.
if I remember.
Yeah.
It was weird. It did a lot with like the right stick. Like you could hold it down and flick it up to do an ollie or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, it was how you did foot placements to do a trick itself. You would have to emulate that with the right thumbstick. So obviously doing ollie, you have to hit the back of it down, and then as you jump and push the board forward up to kind of catch you up with the back foot and hold it there. So you flick it up like that. To do a kickflip, you do it off to the side, because you'd flick it off with the toe at the side to do a heel flip the other way, pop shove it, all this other kind of stuff. I really liked the Skate series.
Alright, I did not know that about you.
Yeah, I missed Skate 2, but I played Skate 1 and Skate 3. And really liked them. I remember the first time I played Skate at my mate's house, I was like, I need this game. I just played it loads. I think because it was from the Tony Hawk side of things, but I also used to never was rich enough to ever buy like a proper skateboard, besides like the £10 one, like the £5 ones. Yeah. You know, they're always really shit. And at the time before internet, no one knew how to skate anywhere. So you're trying to learn it, you're looking at it, like, that's how you do it. I could do an ollie. That's all I could do. That was all from Tony Hawk stuff. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see, because it's Skate 4, isn't it? There was loads of talks about and rumours about it.
I don't know if it's Skate 4,
but it's not Skate.
Yeah,
it's called Skate again, but it's Skate 4 in a lot of ways. I hope that they can do a lot more with it, because it got to the stage where Skate was just a ragdoll sim for people.
Yeah.
because they have the Thrasher side of things, which is actually a magazine. It's an actual skateboard magazine where everyone puts all the gory stuff in. And see, everyone will go for that. Everyone goes for those scores. Every YouTube video is always people going for that.
Yeah,
going
that's
the
pretty
big
much
thing.
everything I've seen about skate.
Yeah, down the pipe, fly off. How many spins can you do? How many times can you break your skull and every bone? The break all bone challenge and stuff. You're trying to break them all. It is, yeah. I'm hoping that they can try pull away from that a bit more, and make it an actual skateboard game for skateboard fans.
Yeah.
But I mean, we'll see. They might want to lean into that, into the Thrasher side of things, and just go ham with that. I mean, it'll get YouTubers playing it, I guess. But I know I probably won't buy it if that's the case.
Do you remember the Jackass Tony Hawk game?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Was it Tony Hawk's Underground?
I don't fucking know. I never played it. I'd only ever seen clips of it. But that was dumb. Maybe that's what skate is going to turn into.
Maybe.
God forbid.
That would be chaos.
Next news story. Sega wants to adapt games by Atlas into movies and TV shows. This will include the Persona games.
Ooh.
I would be more likely to
Watch Persona than play Persona.
yeah, digest
Yeah.
Persona if it was an anime. Or
Yeah.
TV show, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because those games always sound so fucking massive. They're always explained as like 300-hour games, and I don't know if I can anymore.
Yeah, it's the same as like Final Fantasy. That there's so many that to start it, as someone who hasn't played any besides the demos of some and a tiny little bit of 13,
Yeah.
it's like I don't know where to start. There's something I don't want to start from all the way back at 1 when everything was like 8-bit stuff, just to know what a character does. And you're looking at all people what they recommend and things. It just seems very, very overwhelming, or even to try start.
Yeah.
So I don't want to miss anything. I don't want to start Persona 5, the newest big one everyone's talking about. When I've done a Persona 3, I don't know the characters. So having it as a show, they'd have to obviously start from the beginning. And it might be a good way to actually make it to where I can jump into Persona 5 knowing the characters a bit more, if they keep to the source material.
As far as I understand it, there's no like through line. I want to say all of the games are like their own contained stories, I believe. From what I've heard.
Which case, yeah, I'd have to Google it, like the Persona series itself. It's someone I haven't actually Googled, but I've just assumed it was like that and just didn't bother looking yet.
Right.
But yeah, hopefully it goes well, because they never. All these things, like the Last of Us series that's coming out, I don't have any hopes for it.
No. It'll
Just
be exciting
because
to
of
see like Ashley in there, but that's it.
yeah, I want it to be different, but it has been this way so many times. I don't even want to think of it any other way.
Yeah.
Get any hopes up. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Right, Sam, could you take this next one, please?
You know how much I love this company.
Yep.
And this game. Dagger to the heart. So, Niantic Incorporated, the creators of Pokemon Go, have cancelled 4 projects, and they're cutting 8% of their staff. Now, I want to dive into that a little bit. Just quickly. So, basically, the CEO, John Hankey's, wrote a company email saying they're facing a time of economic turmoil, and they've already been cutting costs in a variety of corners. It's like, they've cancelled projects. There was a Transformers game, and then there was 2 other projects called Blue Sky and Snowball. The thing is, they also tried to do a Harry Potter game in 2019 called Wizards Unite, which did launch, but it didn't get an audience, and it shut down this year. There's so far 2 games that have done well for them. Was the first game I think they did called Ingress, which still has a massive community, and Pokemon Go, which, like, it was that anticipated was Pokemon Go that people were changing their countries like with VPNs to download it from the app stores of other countries, and it earns them about. They get something ridiculous like more than 1 billion downloads and about $1 billion a year in revenue from that one game alone.
Yeah, I think we talked about Pokemon Go on one of the previous podcasts and how people
Yes.
would like set up fucking electric fences, and there was that one Asian guy who had like 100 phones attached to his bike or whatever.
Yep.
It's, people went
People
insane for that game.
It was great. It was a great time.
people were using Pokemon Go to rob people. Like in the more crime dense areas of the world, like these gangs would have they would literally, like, like in gangs, criminal gangs, you'd have like an informant or a spotter, and they'd just pay them a bit of money outside to keep their eyes open for them.
Hmm.
They actually went as far as some gangs just employing somebody with a phone to play Pokemon Go to tell these gangs where they thought densely populated areas would be, especially at like raids for the bigger Pokemon, so they could just straight up go and, well, rob you.
Mental.
But yeah, so basically they're having hard times now. They've had to cut 8% of the staff, cancelled some projects, but they have confirmed that they're still working on Pokemon Go Ingress. They're still going to work on them, which I don't blame them for.
Oh yeah, that's their fucking moneymaker. They basically never have to make another game again. They'll be set.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. We have some more early review scores, this time for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So Rise was the game that originally came out on Switch alone, but recently the PC and I believe consoles got a port of it, which was very good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You could tell it was an obvious downstep from World, because obviously it was developed for a handheld. But what do we have here? VG247 gave it a 5 out of 5. The Mako Reactor gave it a 10 out of 10. GamesBeat 4.5 out of 5. Dexterto, okay, 9.5 out of 10. RPG Site 9 out of 10. The Sixth Axis 9 out of 10. Game Informer 7.75, awkward score again from Game Informer, out of 10. IGN 7 out of 10. Open Critic has nothing yet, and Metacritic has nothing yet. Okay, well, even less than that.
I do not know.
But yeah, it sounds like it's going over pretty well in general. I probably won't buy it because I'm nowhere near finished with Rise, but maybe at some point in the future. Maybe I can get it in a Steam sale. And now, the big one.
The big of the news, which it's not big news, but because it has a Nintendo Direct Mini, but it's the bigger of the normal news.
Yes, we thought we were done with all of the showcases and shit, but nope. Then Nintendo Direct came along, slapped us in the face. So what we're going to do is, we're going to do something stupid and fun here. We're going to take it in turns. So Sam, then me, then Martin, then Sam, then me, then Martin, then Sam. Let's do that. So
Okay.
Sam, start us off.
Right. Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is coming to the Switch on June 30th.
So it's currently out as of recording.
Yes.
Nier Automata. Why did I choose this one? With DLC, it's coming to Switch on October the 6th.
Nice. Lorelli and the Laser Eyes, modern take on puzzle adventure games, coming to Switch first in 2023.
Super Bomberman R2 is coming to Switch in 2023.
Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection is coming to Switch in 2023.
Pac-Man World Repack is coming to Switch on August 26th.
Blank is coming to Switch in 2023.
Return to Monkey Island is coming to Switch first this year.
Mario and Rabbids Sparks of Hope is coming to Switch on October 20th.
Little Noah's Side of Paradise is coming to Switch.
Railgrade is coming to Switch.
RPG Time, The Legend of Right is coming to Switch on August 18th.
Sonic Frontiers fans got a new look at the open zone gameplay.
Disney Dreamlight Valley enters early access on September the 6th.
So look at this. Is this Live Alive? Live Alive?
I'm guessing it's Live Alive, I would say.
Yeah, Live Alive is coming to Switch on July 22nd.
Doraemon, Story of Seasons, Friends of the Great Kingdom, long ass name,
Yep.
is coming to Switch in 2022.
Minecraft Legends is coming to Switch in 2023.
Took them long enough.
Mm.
Dragon Quest Treasures is coming to Switch on December 9th.
Portal Companion Collection is out, and I'm excited. Woo.
Harvestella is coming to Switch on November the 4th.
Persona 5 Royal is coming to Switch on October 21st. Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 Portable are expected soon.
Quote unquote.
Yes, whenever soon is.
And for the last piece, Captain Velvet Meteor, the Jump Plus Dimensions is coming to Switch on July 28th.
So yeah, if we didn't include a specific date with any of them, or even a window, that's because they just didn't give one. Like, some of them were just, oh yeah, this game is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
Cheers. Good to
Thanks
know.
for that.
Right, and we move on from the news onto new and upcoming games, movies, TV shows, etc. So, Sam, if you would.
Cuphead, The Delicious Last Course, is out on June 30th, which is now at the time of
Yeah.
recording this podcast. Outriders World Slayer is out also today, June 30th.
Hell yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak is also today, June 30th.
Hell yeah.
And not today, but tomorrow, July the 1st, which is when the podcast will be going up, I believe, at some point.
Yes.
Formula 1 2022. So guess what? There's a lot of game content coming out in these 24 hours. Or has come out, even.
Yeah.
And that is a first, I think, for us reporting that. Normally there's been a few days between each one. Nope, not this time.
Yes. There is also the, is it the 6th episode of The Boys that is out this Friday?
Yes. And Stranger Things Season 4,
Oh,
Volume
yes.
2.
Which is 2 episodes, and I believe they're releasing immediately together.
Yes.
Yeah, I really need to catch up with Stranger Things.
They've,
I've already booked it in to start watching it.
It's
They've,
been probably the best season so far, I think.
They've put the runtime out for the last 2 episodes, and
They are movies.
they are essentially movies. I just wanted to literally get the runtimes up just to throw them out there for people, if you don't mind.
No, different.
So basically, Chapter 8, 1 hour 25 minutes.
Dang.
Chapter 9, which is the finale of this season, 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I can see why they've done it like this.
I was going to say I
And,
want to like go over to my brothers to watch them because they've like just caught up with Stranger Things as well, but they've got COVID, so I can't.
Oh, no.
For some reason, I decided to go to a festival.
I know. To be fair, when I went to that festival in June, I was surprised. Well, beginning of this month, I'm very surprised I didn't get COVID. Because like 17 different people got COVID at that festival.
God.
I know, dodged a bullet.
And yeah, that is what we've got coming out this month and the very start of next month. There is also a D&D book, but we'll talk about it closer we get to the date.
Yes.
Now, we move on to Player's Choice.
No players
I believe it's my turn to roll the die, so could somebody
Yes.
fill people in on what we do here with Player's Choice?
Absolutely. So, player's choice. First of all, we roll a dice, a d3. We have a number assigned to our names. So Martin is number 1, Nick is number 2, and myself, Sam, I'm number 3. And so when we throw this dice, we roll it. Whoever that number lands on, that person gets to pick either a TV show, an anime, or a video game that we all play together or will watch. Even if it's a single player game, we will do like a bit of a stream session where we all take it in turns and we all stream our gameplay. Just to see how it goes. And with the TV shows, sometimes we do watch them all together. Other times, if the schedules are a bit clustered, we will sit and watch them individually. But then we come back the next week and we talk about it.
Yes, indeed. Now I will roll the d3 because I won last time.
Yes.
Go.
Sam.
Sam.
Ooh, sir, guys. I know we had a few discussions behind closed doors, and I was like, I'm going to get you to watch a movie, but I've changed my mind because the Steam Next Festival came up recently. I want you both to play a game. Now, it's a demo. It's only in demo form at the minute. It doesn't actually come out until the 14th of July. And that demo is for a game called Toilet Chronicles.
What? Okay.
Do you want me to read you
This
the
isn't going to be a
description?
Sergeant Hero situation, is it?
No. Toilet Chronicles is a first-person horror comedy game with a mystical setting where you are trapped in a public restroom and need to find a way out with the help of your toilet neighbour. Every
that
choice you
does sound
make
like a
brings
horror.
you to a different outcome. There are multiple endings, so just give it a shot.
We're doing the demo, yeah?
There only is the demo.
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Alright.
In fact, one of the
And,
things this person has said is the demo is the first part of the game, and all the other parts are coming as free DLCs.
Oh, nice.
Interesting.
Well,
So-
okay. Clicking to download now. I
I
guess.
thought let's give an indie a shot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck
that's
it.
perfect. Yeah.
Show some
Yeah.
love to the indies.
Exactly.
Very good.
Right then,
Yeah.
that is a podcast. I'm going to
That's a
order some
podcast.
food. And
ah.
Sam, I believe you've got some drinks to order.
I have. Barkeep!